Hey guys, so I had this question I've been asking myself, and what I've been noticing and coming back to play here on Warmane, and that is, where are the RS10 runs? Where are the Onyxia runs? I don't understand why people are so focused in on Ruby Sanctum, 10 ICC, and 25 ICC, as well as TOC 25. I should say I get why they are. But I don't understand why Onyxia isn't included in that. Not only is Onyxia level 245 gear, it also provides you some pretty cool trinkets in the game. And there's a chance at loot. Not to mention, of course, achievements. And the same thing with Ruby Sanctum. I don't see anybody doing Ruby Sanctum 10-man, at least not pugging for it. Shaman's best in slot piece comes out of there. I don't understand why I don't see that happening as well. And there's way too many groups that I've seen die with 6 bosses in, even though they have the full capability of doing it. The other day when I was raiding, doing 25-man ICC, even at 500, 700 MS, I had terrible lag spike that night. I was still managing to do very well, and we had done very well as a group. I just don't understand why that is still a thing in 2024, as well as where are the groups at doing zero buff? I know they exist, but my goodness, this game is, and it's something that I've said for a long time, this game is so old that it should be way easier than what it is. So I have a hard time understanding why there aren't more guilds doing zero buff at this point in time. The game has pretty much been theory crafted to death. There's just way too much misinformation per the usual. Way too many people complaining about gear, this and that, ninja looting, etc. And I don't understand why. These GDKP runs, I don't understand why you guys are doing them. You're probably going and paying for gold, and then going into a run only to pay those guys gold, and it's ridiculous. There's a way to squash the GDKP if they wanted to. I don't think people will, but there's a way to do that. Host your own runs. I don't see a lot of hosted runs. I've seen, and I've been on quite a bit lately, with me being on vacation this week. I've not seen but one 25-man Nax run. No 10-man Nax runs. No 10-man full clear Uduar. I did see one tonight, actually. Uduar runs. Haven't seen a full clear 25 Uduar. These are great ways to get badges in the game. And why they're not being done, I have zero idea why they're not being done. It's really simple. It's something that you could join in a real simple guild that's just starting off, and they're constantly spamming. I don't get it. I don't understand why that's not happening on Warmane. And I was kind of curious as to why people think that's not happening. Kind of curious as to why people aren't hosting these runs. Especially a run like Onyxia, it's one boss. I mean, it's clear trash, kill the boss. And it's not like it's a hard boss to understand. 3 phases. Phase 1, you're on the ground, do DPS. Phase 2, whelps come out, nuke them. There's an elite that comes down from where you came in at, nuke it, avoid Onyxia fire. And then phase 3 is stack up and repeat of basically phase 1 again. I mean, it's this really simple dragon tactic boss. Don't stand behind it. Stand off to the sides. Put the tank against the wall. I mean, it's not that hard. I don't understand why these things haven't been done, why they're not being done. I'm just curious as to why. When I left, Onyxia was being done weekly. Heck, even I was hosting some Onyxia runs, and I actually might start hosting some Onyxia runs here. It's because I don't see them happening. Why do you guys think it's not happening in game? I know the gold squish is coming up. Lots of questions there. We get a lot of questions about the gold squish. I think that more than anything here as of late. How to avoid the squish, what should you buy, etc., etc. And I've gone over that before, and how I've farmed, and how I basically kept my gold stash well above. Every time there was a squish, I gained more gold than I lost gold. So maybe I'll do a more in-depth video on that, because it seems to be something that everyone asks me, even when the squish isn't here. Any time of the year, people have always asked me that. So maybe I'll do another video on that. But just a question I wanted to pose to the player base, and why we're not doing that, guys. Why aren't we hosting more runs? Why aren't we doing Onyxia? Why aren't we doing Ruby Sanctum 10? There's 251 item level gear that comes out of there. It's really, there's some decent pieces out of there. Like I said, or the rest of Shaman's best in slot piece. I can't remember what it is. If it's the bracers or the hands, I think it's hands come out of there. So yeah, why is that not being run? I mean, it's free frost badges. It's an easy boss. I just don't understand why it's not being run. So just some questions I wanted to pose, maybe get some response on. And as always, guys, have a good one, and we'll see you later.